Okay, so it's been 15 minutes. So here's the soup. That's what it looks like. It's pretty soupy right now. So the last couple ingredients, because if you remember, we're doing a chicken relleno soup instead of chicken. So I've made this before, and I've used shredded chicken from a rotisserie. I've also used canned chicken. So there's a lot of ways you can make this soup. This time I used a 99% fat-free ground turkey breast, and it's about a pound that I browned up. I added cumin, chili powder, salt, pepper, garlic, and green onions to it, and then browned that all up. Then I added half a can of fire roasted diced tomatoes and a 4-ounce can of diced chili peppers. I cooked all that down and then added 4 cups of either chicken broth or beef broth. So I put that in there, put it at like kind of a pretty rapid boil for about 15 minutes, and it's kind of cooked down a little bit. And then the last couple things we're gonna add, which makes it the chili relleno like that more thick and creamy look, is we're gonna put in 4 ounces of cream cheese and then 5 ounces of cheddar. So just a quick thing about shredded cheese. A lot of the, let me see if I have a package around, I don't. A lot of the pre-shredded cheese adds a non-caking ingredient, like potato starch or something like that, to keep it from reforming into a block again. So there's carbs in that. It's not a lot, but you know, if you buy a block of cheese, it usually has 0 carbs. So this is cheddar, white cheddar. I'm just gonna shred it myself. It's not that hard to do. And I measured it all out on my trusty scale here. It's kind of, you know, that's how you're supposed to do when you're doing the, you know, trying to lose weight. You got to keep track of what you're doing. So I'm just gonna shred this up. You can see I have a giant shredder. I also have like the one that you twist around, and I have a lot of cheese shredders, but I just like this little one. So anyway, you can see it's really fast. I'm almost done. It has this little block. So I know pre-shredded cheese is more convenient, but if you just get a big block of it and shred a bunch of it at one time, you can use a Cuisinart food processor to shred your cheese. Get a whole bunch done at once and freeze some. So I'm willing to do it because I think it's kind of silly to add carbs to my cheese. Okay, so that is all done. I'm gonna put in the cream cheese. So it's a half a block, so that's 4 ounces. Sorry about my voice, I'm still fighting that cold a little bit. Okay, and I chop it up instead of just dumping the whole brick in there, and it melts a little bit easier. So that, and then wipe up my hands some. Okay, so I'm gonna stir that in. I have this kind of on a medium-ish heat. Cheese can curdle and turn into, it breaks, the cheese kind of falls apart and gets gritty if you cook it in too high a temperature. So, you know, kind of watch that. The other thing I do to thicken up soup is I have xanthan gum, which sounds kind of scientific, but it's actually, I think xanthan gum is probably an all-natural product, and it does thicken. So I might get some of that, and you just put in like 1/4 teaspoon in it. It just acts as a thickening agent instead of like cornstarch or flour. So, and it has no carbs in it. So I might add some of that to this. I'll see how it thickens up with the cheese, but it already looks, I mean, you can see it's already looking creamier, cheesier. Pardon me. This cold's got me. You hear my DJ back there? He's playing me some music. He knows what I like. Okay, so with that on this cool Friday. Isn't it weird on the holidays, when the holidays are on Thursday or Wednesday, it feels like every day is messed up after that. Okay. So I'm putting in my 5 ounces of cheddar. Oop. Okay. and we're gonna stir that in. And then the last thing I'm gonna put in, and I gotta dice this up, is this is cilantro. So fresh cilantro. Some people really don't like cilantro, so you can leave this out. It's not essential. I love cilantro, so I put a lot in. You can get it dried if you don't like to do all this chopping. There's a lot of ways to do quick shortcuts. Like if you want to do the canned chicken, I mean, it's, you know, it's canned chicken, it's kind of salty, and but it definitely is faster and quicker and easier than cooking meat. Or if you bought a rotisserie chicken, you just pick all the meat off the bone and throw away the skin. That's probably my favorite variation of the soup, but I thought I'd try something different, so okay. So that's gonna go in there, and then I'm just gonna stir it up. I believe I will put just like a 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum in here because I like my soup kind of thick. I do like it thick. It is fine the way it is. Let's see if I have let me grab a spoon. So you can see what it looks like. So see, it's kind of still pretty thin. And after you put in the cream cheese and the cheese, you're pretty much done cooking. You don't want to keep cooking the cheese. It's just going to get grainy and break down. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. I'm going to go grab some xanthan gum and put in, let me see if I have some right here. Y'all hold on one sec. I'll show you what it looks like. Don't leave me, I'm right here. Okay, got it. Okay, so here it is. Okay, it's called xanthan gum. And I'm just gonna use a little bit of this, goes a long way. So I'm just gonna use like a 1/2 teaspoon, not even half, this is a 1/4 teaspoon. And I'll show you, it's a really fine powder. See? Very fine powder. And it's used as a thickening that doesn't have any gluten in it. It doesn't have any carbs in it. But it actually works pretty fast, and it's nice to use in like sauces and gravies that you would normally use a roux, or, you know, use your flour and your liquid to create a roux. So it's already looking really nice. So it already has a thicker viscosity to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish that and put it in a bowl, and that is our dinner. So chili relleno soup. I'll put a recipe online too for you guys, and then hopefully you'll enjoy it. Okay, bye. Video 2 of 2020. Bye.